What's going on, guys? It is Gorilla here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you my updated custom tactics and player instructions, or should I say dynamic tactics. We are in FIFA 19 now. So the last time I'd done this video was December the 4th. So that's over a month. Obviously, as you can imagine, in that time I've switched formations, I've tried players out, player instructions, tactics, whatnot. So I don't know how much difference this is from my previous tactics. I haven't looked, but I'm going to show you what I use now, my main formation, my main tactics, what I switch to, when I switch to it, etc. And the reason as to why I do switch to that specific formation or tactic. So this is my team. I think I've already done a video on this. Whether this will be up before or after this video, I don't know. As I've probably already said in my previous videos, these videos are pre-recorded and they'll be uploaded when I'm away, because I'm away for just over a week and a bit, because I'm going to London for an event and I'm in Bucharest for 6 days for an event as well, and I'm back on the 28th or something like that, I believe. So getting these videos done for you guys, hence why I'm wearing exactly the same shirt. Yes, I do wash. It's just, there's no point me just changing the shirt when I'm literally doing back-to-back videos. So FUT Champions Award should already be out. Flashback Ibra, SBC should already be out. My insane team, or I don't know, however I titled it, with all my team of the year players, that'll probably actually be up first, because that means you've already seen my team. You've not seen my team otherwise. Ignore me. There should be 3 or 4 videos up over the week that I'm away, and this is gonna be my custom tactics video. So this is my team. Now let's show you my custom tactics then, shall we? So we're gonna start off with the 4-3-3 defend. Now this is the formation that I switched to. These are the tactics that I use when I want to defend the lead. So normally, if I'm a goal up in the 80th minute, I'll switch to this. If I'm 2 goals up, these are sweaty games, not just FUT Champions against the average Joe, but if I'm in a tight game, I'm 2 goals up and it's the 70th minute, 75th minute, I'll switch to this, just to try and kill the game, basically. So the instructions I use on these are come back on defence, stay wide. The striker again behind, stay forward, just so we have that option going forward. 2 DMs to stay back, cover centre, and the centre mid to stay back, obviously, with the fullbacks on the stay back as well. And the reason I've got Ronaldo out on the wing and Neymar in the middle with Mbappe on the wing is for the headers and the strength. Now, if I'm running into the corner, trying to shield and stuff like that, or want to lob it long down the wing, I have these players to win the headers against them fullbacks. Normally, it'll be like a Marcelo or a Walker, so they should do a job. Whereas Neymar, I'm forced to play it on the floor, so it gives me another avenue to waste time, basically. You know, it is what it is. Probably, I mean, you know what, I'm going to drop that down to 2. We don't want many players going forward, especially that. And we'll actually drop the corners and free kicks down to 1. I should have probably realised that. The depth, I don't want it to be too low to invite pressure. I still want it to be a little bit up there. You could potentially put it to 5 or 3, depends on what you want, but 4 is the one for me. Width is balanced. Obviously, drop back. You don't want people going up on constant pressure and you have no defence. With the offensive style, it's personal preference. I would not recommend fast build-up for the defensive style. Balance seems to be good. Possession, if you want your players to come short, or long ball if you want to go long, obviously. But they're my defensive tactics, just to kill the game and hopefully get the win. So, now this is my other main at the moment. Whether it'll change, I don't know. This is my other go-to formation, 4-4-2. Now, I've tried to go narrow, 4-2-3-1. I've always wanted to start narrow, and then if I need to, go 4-2-3-1. But it just does not work against the top players. The top players that use 4-2-3-1 use the wings very well. Against narrow, you're dragging your team out left and right, and you have so many gaps. With 4-4-2, you've got 2 banks of 4. So you've got your fullback, and you have your wingers. So once you commit a winger, you still got your fullback there for the wing. If you commit a fullback, hopefully the wing goes close by. You can drag him back, and you don't really lose that much space. But I've been using this for a little bit. I do like it. Obviously, knowing me, I'll probably end up changing it soon. But 4-4-2, and then drop back. I've been using that a lot recently over pressure on heavy touch or balance. But I wouldn't recommend constant pressure or press after possession loss. Your player's stamina is just going to drain too quick. So pressure on heavy touch is what I used to use. I've also used balance in the past, but drop back is what I use at the moment. With 7 width, I want it to be nice and wide, so my defence is, you know, covering the wings. This is the aim of this formation, is to make sure they play inside rather than going down my wings. That's the aim for this formation. 3 depth. Like I said, I don't want them to be too high up the field. I want them to, you know, be a bit deep and I can try and get them on the counter. Offensive style now, balanced. I don't really know what else to use. I would never alternate between anything else bar balanced and possession, because fast build up, you're literally playing 4-2-4. Like there's no midfield when you use fast build up, so I won't recommend that. I've not used long ball, so I can't really suggest that. But balanced or possession for me, it depends on what you want, but I normally go with balance from now on. Offensive style width balanced, you know, it's nothing really to it. Don't want it to be too narrow, don't want it to be too wide, just want it to be right how the formation is set up. 3 players in the box, because as you can see on the mini map, or the graphic should I say, I want people on the edge of the box, but at the same time I want people in the box. So we've got options. I can whip it in, go into the box and driven pass it across, or I can play it on the edge and try and get a first time finesse shot. That is what I'm going to do. Corners, now I don't know whether to have 2, 3, 4. I just leave it at 2. I don't want to get countered. You know, if I'm going to score, I'm going to score anyway, regardless if there's 20 players in the box or just the 2. You know, it's only going to go onto one person's head. 2 strikers now, getting behind, stay forward. Pretty self-explanatory. I think everybody uses this, give or take. Now, the wingers are an interesting one. You can mess around with this. For me, I just have come back on the fence and stay wide. I would normally have getting behind, but I don't want it to mess around with the players. Like, their first thought should be, all right, let's track back a little bit before going forward. That's what I want to do with this formation. A lot of people would have stay back on these centre mids, but I want the middle gap to be balanced. I don't want them to drop too deep, so it's like 4-2-2 or 4-2-4, anything like that. I just want it to be, they're in the middle of attack and defence, so I can manually drag them back. And obviously with the fullbacks on, stay back while attacking. So that's my go-to bar my main formation. I normally switch this for if something's not clicking. It's similar to 4-2-3-1, just gives me another option up front. 1-2s with a striker, something a little bit different. And then let's go all gun-co, YOLO, we're losing, we need to come back, something like that. Constant pressure, get in their face, width, balance, want them to be, you know, when you're going 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-1-2 in this instance, you kind of want, you want to have their wingers bombing forward, but you also want the middle. So that's why I got the width on 5. You don't want to be going too wide or too narrow, because you become a bit predictable when you're YOLOing. Depth now is on 6. Probably, you know what, I'm going to leave it on 7, you know. You want to basically just squeeze them in. You want the opposition to force a pass or to kick you upfield because they're panicking. So get in their face, you know. You kind of don't defend at this point. You just like YOLO and just put everyone forward. Same again, offensive style balance. I think you're going to see this a lot with me going forward in dynamic tactics. Width again, that was actually defense, sorry, this one defense, that's the reason I've got this on 6. Like I said, you want a bit of balance, but with a width on defense, you're playing 3 at the back, so if anything, you kind of want it on 6, because when your centre back, your right centre back and left centre back to be like spread apart, so it try and covers the 4 at the back, because if they're too narrow, you're going to be exploited on the wings on the counter attack. So you still got to defend at some point, but you don't really concentrate, you kind of just like push them forward. But for the width going forward, 5 or 6, like I said, you want to try and have a balance between the wingers and the central play. Plays in the box now, I have it on 6, I believe, but I would not be opposed to not having it on 3, 4, 5, because it's a tricky one, because you kind of want all your players in the box, but at the same time you want people on the edge, because that's the meta of this FIFA. You want to be able to do those first time finesse shots, so mess around with it. But I think I'm going to leave it on 6 potentially, or maybe 5, or maybe 4, because there's 3 players. No, we're going to leave it on 6. We'll leave it on 6. Corners, you know what, just put it on 5, forget about it. Free kicks 5, just get everybody in there, try and get a goal, and see what you can do. So there's that. Now it's my main formation, 4-2-3-1. People who've been following me for years now, you know I don't like this formation. This is not my formation. 4-3-1-2 or 4-1-2 narrow is my main formation. But that's not the meta of FIFA, unfortunately. So, you know, you got to adapt, haven't you? Something a little bit different with this, as you see with the other ones. The defensive style this time around, we have it on balance instead of drop back. With drop back, it's like I don't want to invite too much pressure on where people can have easy finesse shots or pot shots from the edge of the box, cause me issues. Where balance is a bit of both. Your team will be back, but also they'll be a bit higher up in that sense. So that's the reason I went balance. Width is 5. like I said, just keep it balanced. That's kind of the whole thing. I want to be able to defend and attack quite well, and it's not too one-sided. Depth is on 6. The way I play, I like to high press. But again, at the same time, I don't want my defense to be exposed. So 6, I think, maybe 5 or 6, whichever you prefer. But for me, I've gone with 6. I think it's the right one for me. And this is again, I can't express this massively enough. These are my tactics. You know, these might not necessarily work for you. So, you know, take these with a pinch of salt. Use it to what you want to use it with, but adapt to how you play. Like, if you don't play possession, you want to YOLO, then go fast build up. You know. So yeah. Don't just think you're going to start winning games if you use these tactics. It's not how it works, unfortunately. I wish it did, but it doesn't, unfortunately. But going into the offensive style, possession, I want my players to come short. They don't really seem to do it with possession still, but that's the aim of what I want to do. I want to do the nice 1-2s, especially in the final third as well. And I think possession or balance for me is one of those two. I feel like you can't really go with anything else, in my opinion. So I go with possession. It's as simple as that. Width again, balance. Like I said, it's the whole thing I'm trying to go with this formation. Players in the box, 5. I want to try and get forward quick with my players. So if I have it on 2, I think they don't go forward that quick. I'm not really sure, but I want people in there, but also I want people on the edge of the box. A bit of a balance there. So like I said, if I can go down the wing, Neymar and Mbappe, I can whip it in, or I can put one back post, or I can commit to the edge of the box, or commit inside the box. You know, you have many options. That's why that's on 5. Corners is on 4. Just get people in the box. Maybe if you want to be a bit more conservative, put it on 2. Try not to get countered. And free kicks is on 3. So, did I show you my instructions for 4-3-1-2? I didn't. My bad, guys. I do apologise. 3-4-1-2. Quickly. Get behind, stay forward. The cam on, stay forward, stay on the edge of the box. The left and right mid, stay forward, stay wide, getting behind. Get forward for the 2 centimetres and stay on the edge. I just want people on the edge, remember, time finesse shots, try and get that equaliser or that winner. That's what I have for that. And then for 4-2-3-1, we have the striker, the striker on balance. Something I'm trying. I did have on stay forward, getting behind, but I'm just trying out mixed and balanced for now, so that's what I'm using. Stay forward, stay on the edge for the centre attacker mid. The left and right attacker mid is on balanced. CDM's on stay back and cover wing. Yes, I did that on purpose. Just, when people are going down the wing, I kind of want them to push out a little bit. But also at the same time, I think they cover the centre as well. I think we cover centre though, they're just limited to the middle of the field. So, like I said, it depends on what you want. And then stay back while attacking and not overlap. Because if they do go upfield, I want them to overlap the left and right attacking mid. I don't want them to go inside. So that's the reason I have overlap. But yeah, just a, we'll sort that out later. But just a quick video on my custom tactics. That's it really. This is what I'm using. This is why I changed to what I changed and the reasons why. This is my team as well. But yeah, guys, hopefully it can help you. Like I said, adjust to it to what you need to. If you want to play possession, try and adjust it to a more possession-based tactic. But yeah, that is my updated custom tactics. So hopefully by this point, I've won an event, but who knows? Wish me luck. I'm going to need it. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. As always, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and drop me a comment in the comment section below.